Good morning or afternoon, everybody. It's Karen back. It is 11:45, September 1st, 2024. I'm sick. I haven't been feeling the greatest for the last couple weeks because I am being heavily broadcasted. It makes you ill like radiation would be in chemotherapy. It's radiation. People are talking about this. I started reading to you, and I will continue, to read to you. I am off work today. I did not go to church today. I don't feel good, and I need to care about myself. The other night, last week, it was so bad that, my friends know about this. My friends know, the church knows. I have Reverend coming over tomorrow because they think differently. And they know this stuff is real. Some people do. They believe. But however, they don't know the intensity of this stuff. My family all thought I was crazy. They still think I am. My son told me to get out of his effing life. My daughter, she's nut job. That's how I feel. So, they're going to hurt me today anyway, so I might as well just continue to be tortured. They already started doing it to me this morning when I seen a video on TikTok about taking a stand about what's going on in the world, and they didn't quite be very specific about it, so I told them to watch me on Targeted Individual Fighting for Justice, and I also now am posting this as Targeted Individual for Educational Purposes only, or for educational purposes. So, I was reading The Hidden Evil, remember? And like I said, I'm going to be tortured by dew weapons, by broadcast all day. It makes me physically sick. Ever since I've moved into this house, it has been tenfold. It's a narcissistic, sociopathic, schizophrenic, psychological warfare gang out there that's doing this. You can hire people to do this, you guys. You can be considered a government experiment as well. But mine is for revenge because you would not be this hurt. It is very, very painful, you guys. I take pictures of my feet. People have seen it. They start doing this at work all day long. At my work, I feel like I'm being burned. My skin starts to welt all over. My lips, the lines around my lips welt. Enough to where the people that I work with every single day that know me and know what I'm going through, when I go up to them and show them, they can see it. It is the most ungodly, painful thing, inhumane, that any person that started this crap with me, and now it's all hooked up to whatever. I don't really care. I mean, I do care, but I can go on and on and on and on. But I'll get back to where I was. Remember, I said I was just going to kind of like skim through because I didn't want to read word for word because some of this stuff I just want to pull out. This is The Hidden Evil This is by Mark Rich, remember? Okay, and he wrote this. I'm just reading this for educational purposes, okay? Okay, so I'm on page 31, and please purchase this book. Now, they talk about NLP and the new technology of achievement. It's a common experience for many people when first introduced to the NLP. That's the Neural Linguistics Program, okay? I do believe, if I remember. So you may not even know you've been sensitized. But if you did recognize it as an attack, what would you tell your friend or family member? This is what happened. The collisions, blatant hostile staring, and a foul grin created the negative emotions and anchored them to the pen, which Jimmy Kohler says, oh, that's the most dangerous weapon in the world, which has now become the trigger. That is an example of a sensitivity program. Like they talk about on targeted individuals, there's lots of different people that talk about it, different people that have platforms about it. People talk about wearing the color red. People talk about they're always seeing all these white cars. I don't get gang stalked on foot. I get gang stalked by neural monitoring. Surveillance. Illegally. Illegally. I just heard this guy, I'm going to go off the subject now. I just heard this guy on TikTok, normal man, gorgeous actually, talking about how people are starting to talk about seeing shadows out of their peripheral vision. My friend at coworker at work yesterday came to me and she said, Karen, you know what? I was in the bathroom at work and she goes, I was washing my hands and I seen a shadow go right by me. She goes, Karen, I was the only one in that bathroom. And then I seen this TikTok video and I'm like, so this man is talking about it. Some people will say, oh, you're the chosen one. You're an angel walking on earth. And no, it's a broadcast, people. It is a broadcast. It's like virtual reality. We are so far advanced in the world and nobody wants to open their darn eyes and everybody thinks I'm crazy. I am being tortured. My children know I am being tortured. They do harassment skits. This is on the ground. People will do harassment skits. Like they'll say something because somebody heard. You know what my harassment skits are? It's your brother, it's your sister, by voice to skull. Okay? Look it up. These people aren't in my face. I don't have all these people driving around. Mine is all invisible to try to make me look crazy because then I have no proof. Really? Why did I ask my ex-husband to come over to our house in 2019 to experience what it feels like being electrocuted in our home? Why are there holes in my son's closet? Why is there a hole underneath my window in my old bedroom? Why was there a hole going over the whatever way from your door outside? Because I thought there were speakers there because that's where they would sit there and point this crap. And so I thought there were speakers in the walls, you guys. Do you understand? That was in 2019. It is 2024, and I'm still here talking about it. And I'm not the only one. So, this is all about the new technology, NLP. Okay. So, Now we're going to start talking about this. They talk about parasites. I have a girlfriend that has actual parasites. Directed energy weapons. It is beyond the scope of this book to explain these weapons in detail. They are also known as non-lethal weapons, less lethal weapons, and electromagnetic weapons. It appears that the package often includes electromagnetic attacks against a person as well. There are thousands of people across the planet who claim that directed energy weapons are being used on them. Virtual Government, CIA Mind Control Operations in America by Alex Constantine states, the new elite death squads employ directed energy weapons to harass and kill a designated guinea pig. These domestic terrorists are trained in the art of persuasive coercion, CIA jargon for a harassment campaign designed to break a subject without direct physical violence. Physical violence. Do you understand? So they're using these weapons on me, have been for years, to harass and kill. Can you believe that? And this is just only one book. This is only, you can Google this stuff. You can go on to other people's platforms. You can talk to the targeted communities. They're everywhere. Now, what are the police going to do about it? They can't do anything about it. What are they supposed to do about it? Where are they supposed to find these people? There's no visible anything. There's no weapon. There's no direct physical violence. So if you do not have a bruise, a other person with a gun in their hand that just shot your leg, or a person that's outside and just keyed your car and you got pictures of them doing it, or your house being broken into and you got pictures of it, they can't do anything. Some types of attacks that targets have reported can be explained with conventional technology. For instance, some types of unclassified directed energy weapons can cause nausea, fatigue, headaches, liquefied bowels, and a variety of other symptoms. This is not science fiction. It is radiation. It is energy. It is broadcast. Microwave. It breaks down your skin. This technology currently exists. Some of it is over 30 years old and has been tested for decades. Do your research on your own. Although the technology being used on targeted individuals is probably much more advanced than the weapons I've listed, I listed these weapons because their existence is undisputed. Wonder weapons. See my medical records I wrote. Oh, and it says yes for over 1,000 days. You know how many days I've been deal with this every single day? Over 2,600 days that I noticed it. It does not stop. I'll be fine for a little bit, and the next thing you know, they start twitching my muscles. I get a big muscle cramp. My hands feel tingly. It hurts. I feel like I'm on fire all over, like I'm being burned. People are like, oh, well, you need your low. No. All the things that they do and the symptoms you feel for them are symptoms that normal people feel just from whatever, right? Like headaches. So they can use these weapons. It says, so Wonder Weapons, U.S. News and World Report 7/7/1997 by Douglas Pasternak. So-called acoustic or sonic weapons, like the ones in the aforementioned lab, can vibrate the insides of humans to stun them, nauseate them, or even liquefy their bowels and reduce them to quivering diarrhea messes, according to a Pentagon briefing. Really? Huh. People have, wait. People have also reported having electrical systems in their cars and brand new appliances, TV, radios, PCs, and other electronic equipment suddenly die. Once again, this can be attributed to the E-bomb, which can destroy electrical equipment while not damaging humans. Recently, Massachusetts passed a law banning the illegal use of directed energy weapons. However, the law states that federal and local law enforcement can use these weapons. There are also sound lasers, such as hypersonic sound systems, long-range acoustic devices, LRAD, and medium-range acoustic device, MRAD. These sound lasers can focus on an intense beam of sound up to 500 meters into an area half-inch wide. It can also project sound so that it appears to be coming from a specific location, like a ventriloquist. These sound beams can pass through a crowd of people and be focused inside of an individual's ear. That is, it can target a single individual in a crowd of people. They apparently have the capacity to play recordings in MP3 format as well. People who are experiencing organized stalking report hearing doors slamming, voices, degradation of religion, screaming, birds. Yeah, the birds were telling me, take a nap, take a nap. I told my ex-husband that. He looked at me like I was a nut job. Him and my son just came back from golfing, and that is exactly what they were saying, the crows. Take a nap, take a nap. Because I had been using methamphetamine at the time. Wow. It has nothing to do with drugs. It's a perfect opportunity to do this to somebody to drive them crazy. That's the excuse they have. Well, what's the excuse? What's the excuse for the last 4 years? 5, 6. 6 years I've been. What's the excuse? Why is it still going on? Oh, like Sue says, it's all those drugs you did. I'm like, how the hell would you know about me doing any type of drug? I was home all the time. Microwave dews will produce dizziness, burning, headaches, eye problems, damaged nerve systems, and internal organs. Heart attack. Benny Ackerman died of a heart attack on my living room floor. You wait till I start mailing. You know, as a matter of fact, today I'm going to start writing my envelopes out with all the addresses of every single person I know. And if I don't have their address, I sure will find it. It's easy. And I'm going to start mailing these people brochures, flyers. I know a lot of people. What else am I going to do? Sit here and be targeted? Tortured all the time? Every single day? And they won't stop. It doesn't stop. No one talks to me. Everybody lied about me. Are you kidding? It says a common microwave can be turned into a dew by modifying the appliance to operate with the door removed. It can then be positioned against a wall to attack someone on the other side. You can also build a weapon for a few $100s that will employ a more focused attack. Can you believe that? But mine's through the air. Mine's by satellite. Mine is not I don't have a microwave hiding over at my neighbor's. For gosh sakes, I went all the way out in the middle of Lake of the Woods, 28 miles out into the lake, and I still was being attacked. Still heard the voice to skull. I hear it all the time. It never stops. Targeting the human with directed energy weapons, Mikhail Alentour.de, Dr. Renard Munzert, September 6th, 2002. He states, directed energy weapons are among the high-tech arms of the century. These weapons are also part of crimes in Europe that most nobody knows except the victims and the offenders. The HPM weapons that the high-tech gang uses supply continuous or pulse waves over long periods of time, especially in the night, from cars or vans or buildings around the target or person. In addition, they apply through-wall imaging methods. Besides this, the criminals use tactics of information warfare. Knowing all about the victims, let them know nothing about you. Information dominance, disrupt the communication systems of the victims. The victims experience extreme, unbelievable things. Almost no one can believe their reports. Really? Some experts who work for the German army or NATO knew very well about MW weapons, but secrecy keeps them from talking too much about it in public. We have names and addresses of many victims and the circumstances of the cases. In some cases, the lifestyles of the criminals are well known to us. Similar to terrorists, may pretend good citizenship or student lifestyles to cover their crimes. Conventional criminal activities are undertaken by normal gang stalkers or former members of the Stasi. Oh, voice to skull. Voice to skull, also called microwave hearing, was discovered during World War II. I repeat, World War II. When soldiers noticed buzzing sounds while standing in front of an energized radar antenna. Dr. Joseph Sharp demonstrated a V2K success in the mid-70s while working for the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. If you have a tightly focused antenna, this can be transmitted through walls and over a distance. Now, I asked why there was 2 wires hanging from my tree one day when I was washing my dishes. I noticed them. One wire was completely straight, and one wire was completely, perfectly like a pig's tail. And they were like 3 feet long. And I looked at my husband and I said, what the frick are those? Where'd those come from? They've always been there. I go, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. Yes, they have. No, they haven't. We shoot birds out of that tree all the time. All the time we shot blue jays out of them damn trees and squirrels for our dogs. I did. I walked around that damn tree I don't know how many times trying to get that stupid squirrel with the little 22 for Cleo. And let me tell you something. Them wires would have hit me in my head. Yeah. He's a lying piece of shit. Why were there wires? He goes, oh, those are for when we cleaned our deer. No, they're not. We cleaned our deer in the shed, Larry. What is going on? Nope. I'm crazy. Sure. I am not crazy. Oh my God. See my last 3, whatever. I can't read my writing because I get tortured, like I am right now. Okay. Silent sound spread spectrum. Patent 5159703. Do you understand? Patent number 5159703, developed by Dr. Oliver Lowry of Norcross, Georgia, also called Clear Channel, is an improvement over the time slicing subliminal suggestions. It does not need to compete with other sound to influence a subject because it occupies a separate channel just beyond the human hearing range, hence the name Clear Channel. Channel. How do you get a channel? By a broadcast. Where's it broadcasting from? Your home or a TV station or wherever you're with your phone or with a camera, like my friend Rick. He does voiceovers. Debbie had me meet at the casino and I'm going, this is bizarre. It is not normally in use, but it is a direct conduit to the subconscious. Silent sound can be used by installing a hidden speaker near a person's area of work or in their home. These suggestions can be played constantly, and the person who would not be consciously aware of them. Apparently, this weapon was used on Iraqi soldiers during the first Gulf War. Silent sound can be transmitted through ordinary radio or television carrier frequencies. Didn't I just say that? I am so smart. No. Yes, I am smart. And I also have done my research. Silent sound, okay. However, only a speaker is necessary. But silent sound can not only convey suggestions, it can transmit cloned emotions. This is brain entrainment. Oh, PSYOPs weaponry used in the Persian Gulf War. Subliminally, and this was October, Nexus Magazine, Volume 5, Issue 6, October-November's issue of 1998. Military use of mind control weapons, Judy Wall, 1998, states, PSYOPs weaponry used in the Persian Gulf War. Subliminally, a much more powerful technology was at work. A sophisticated electronic system to speak directly to the mind of the listener and artificially implant negative emotional states, feelings of fear, anxiety, despair, and hopelessness. This subliminal system doesn't just tell a person to feel an emotion, it makes them feel it. And that's what they're doing to me now. And I told my friend that. For the last month, I've been feeling so scared and just bizarre and just like I'm tired. Well, I'm tired because I work a lot and I have a physical job. And, you know, and I have to every day be so strong. But you know what? I cry every single day. Every day. Because this really physically hurts. I will shake inside like there's something inside me, like that bouncy ball, like I have a big bouncy ball inside and going, and my whole inside just tremble because it's a weapon. The result is overwhelming, it says. Silent sound can also be piped through the V2K medium and transmitted over a distance. So this means that subliminal messages can be transmitted over a distance through walls directly into a person's skull. In essence, into their subconscious mind. If silent sound is used in this manner, most people will probably hear a slight ringing in their ear. And then this says from Edward Tilton, president of Silent Sounds Inc., S-Quad, letter dated December 13th, 1996. What year is it? 2024. September 2024. 1st of September. This was written December 13th, 1996. Could you imagine what this is now? All schematics, however, have been classified by the U.S. government, and we are not allowed to reveal their exact details. We make tapes and CDs for the German government, even the former Soviet Union countries, all with the permission of the U.S. State Department, of course. That's what Edward Tilton wrote. Oh, I love Dr. Ronnie. So here's something. See my nice coaster? I drove all the way around. So anyway, this says here, microwave mind control. modern torture and control mechanisms eliminating human rights and privacy. Dr. Ronnie Leana Kildi, former Chief Medical Officer of Finland, report September 25th, 1999. She says, all our emotions, moods, and thoughts have a specific brain frequency. Synapses. We all have it, right? It's like a fingerprint. And everybody's is different. Which has been cataloged. If these records fall into the wrong hands, our behavior and attitudes can be manipulated by persons whose ethics and morals are not in our best interest. Do you understand? These are gangs that are getting a hold of this stuff and using it to hurt people, children, dogs, animals, babies, grandparents, homeless veterans. They are making people commit suicide. Both military and intelligence agencies have been infiltrated with such persons. Some targets have reported being hit with other more exotic type of weapons that cannot be explained with current unclassified technology. These weapons have been known to penetrate all types of shielding. There are people with experience in the engineering field, this is what they do to me, that have spent time and money on building shelters that did not stop these signals. And I wrote here, wow, yep, I am a true victim of this. And this was written, I wrote that on 6/26/2020, 4 years ago. I wrote that. Yep. And then we'll move on. One former NSA employee, John St. Clair Ecui, is one of a very few targeted people to file a lawsuit. Civil Action 1, 92 dash small c small v dash 00449 against the NSA. National Security Agency. National. They have been harassing him using classified directed energy technology for the last 12 years. His information is posted on http // small e small m small h small d